basically, there are 4 ways to form chords. Number 1 is just a sequence of semitones and tones. So obviously, when we start a basic major scale, we know it's a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Basic sequence of semitones and tones. That's one of the ways that you form chords. Sorry, form scales. I teach master that. If you master that, you're actually mastering 7 out of many scales already. So you don't have to focus on the other things, right? And another way is, there are 4 ways, like I said. Number 2 is that it's a sequence of notes from a major key, AKA a mode, otherwise known as a mode. So that's why I gave the example of when you play the minor, that's just the 6th degree or the or a mode of a regular major scale. So that's a second way of how you form your scales. Right? Remember, they're not keys. Everything is based upon a major key. If you see things like that as a major key and you can hear it, I'm telling you, you won't struggle with what you're hearing, and you won't struggle with how to apply all of these things in music. Okay? So then number 3 is, this is how you form chords, scales as well, by combining chords or combining principles. And you combine them together, and it's always better to have context, not just say that it has the 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, and then a major 7. That's not in context. You need to understand the principle. So for example, we know that, right? So we know that when we play this, right? If you have the C, how they call the harmonic minor, the reason why it works is because it has the diminished. And any key music, the volume 4 members, you know how to use a diminished chord. We know that we use it a semitone below our destination. So that's really the reason why the harmonic minor, as they call it, is going to work. Now, if we go further, right, as like I said, if you take any 2 chords and combine them, they're going to form a particular scale. Now remember, a scale is just a sequence of notes. They are not keys, okay? So number 4 is, you can basically make it up by playing random notes and then slap a name on it, which is what some people have done. They just slapped, hey, that's a harmonic minor. That's just this, right? Right? So you can take any random notes and you can call that a scale, technically speaking. I wouldn't necessarily advise that, but you could do that and say that this is the HOAX scale or whatever. You can do that because it's just a sequence of notes. However, it's not a key. Scales are just sequence of notes. Keys are only major. If you see that, you'll be able to spot it in all of the songs. Okay, so Frank says, so the run is a C minor and a D diminished. No, so that's now, I mean, you don't have to change the name per se. So when I used over here, so the run here, right, all I did was this. I did the C harmonic minor, right? So because it's a C minor, if I want to, I just did the, let's say if I was trying to get to my minor, right? So we come in any key music, we call it HOAX, right? Which is like the circle of 4. So you come from the G, that's going to get back to the C minor. So if you have the G, whether it's dominant, whatever, then I did the C harmonic minor scale, right? Remember, it's not the C harmonic key, it's the C harmonic scale, right? Right? If I want to get to my 2, right? Doesn't that sound classical-ish? That's because that's how they're using it, right? When they would say in classical music, when they would say like it goes up one way and comes down another way, what they're trying to explain is how did those geniuses come up with the arrangements? And the reason why those geniuses came up with the arrangements, in terms of it sounded like they were doing this to lead to where they're going, that's the melodic minor, right? And then when they said it sounded like minor going back down, no, it's because they were using it to get to where they got to, which is the C minor. Once they get there, yes, it changed back, well, it's the key of now the minor, which is just the 6th mode of the major scale. All right, so hopefully if you have any questions, feel free to type it. All right, so that was I guess a little bit of an example, but if you have any questions on this, now would be the time to ask us. We're almost wrapping up, right?